Hi everyone, welcome back, or if you've never seen one of my videos before, my name's Gabby. So today we're doing a fall fashion video, which I'm so excited about. I love fall fashion. I got the idea to film this video because I was scrolling Pinterest last night, as I do, and I was seeing so many outfits for fall, so much fall inspo, and I thought it'd be fun to film a video all about fall fashion, so that's what we're doing today. So how I'm going to structure this video is I'm going to start by going over all my clothing staples, so all the pieces that I love to pull out and wear for fall. I'm going to split them into categories and I'll just show you my favorite pieces that I own in each category, and then I'll share with you guys a little bit of a wish list that I have for fall, and then we're going to do a little trends chat and I'll kind of explain if I like them or not, whether I'm going to try and hop on those trends, and I think that'll just be a fun way to talk about fall fashion, give you guys some more outfit ideas. Maybe I'll do another video after this where I can actually style some of these outfits for you guys so you know how I put all the pieces together, but I plan to do try on clips for this video that I'll insert so you guys can see what the clothes look like on. I always do that. I feel like if you're a girl's girl, you have to do that. Hopefully that explains everything we're gonna do in this video. I'm so excited. I love fall fashion, and yeah, I think we'll just get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So we're gonna start by talking about jackets. Jackets are kind of my weakness when it comes to fall fashion and spending money, because where I live, it's always cold. I live in Saskatchewan, so winter is always on the horizon, and even if it's nice during the day, it gets really cool in the evening, so that's kind of my justification for buying lots and always wanting more jackets. So I'm gonna show you guys my favorite jackets that I own. So first one, you guys would have seen this in my recent clothing haul. I actually just got this one. Most of the items I'm gonna show will be longtime favorites, but this one is new. I've only worn this twice, I think, so far, but this is from Uniqlo. I think people are calling these barn jackets. It's just a really neutral beige color, and then the collar is corduroy. This one I love because it's very neutral and I think it'll match everything, and I like the length of this one. I'm fairly short. I'm only 5'2", and when I was looking at getting a barn jacket like this, most of them were a little bit long, and longer jackets just don't really look that good on me. They can overwhelm my torso very quick. This one's the perfect length, but I'm very excited to wear this more and try and style this. Next staple jacket that I feel like everyone needs in their fall wardrobe is a denim jacket. This is my favorite one. I feel like I've worn this so much and I just feel like it goes with everything, and it's just one that'll never go out of style. Like if you get a good denim jacket, you can have it for years. This one's from Princess Polly. It is oversized, but I do like that style and fit. I think it's very flattering, especially for fall, because you can wear a hoodie or a crew neck underneath it and it's not going to be too snug. So I love the fit of it. It's also really cute if you're going out and you have like a really tight outfit on and then throw this over the top, because it kind of just looks like you borrowed your boyfriend's jacket. It gives you that cool girl look that I really love. I'm not sure if they still have this, because I want to say I got this quite a few years ago. Like I think I bought this in 2021, so I'll try to find it online and link it or find similar items, but this is my favorite denim jacket. Another jacket that I feel like every girl needs in their fall wardrobe is a leather jacket. This is the current one I have. It's from Motel Rocks, and I have it in a size extra small, but this is very oversized. Like as you can see, it's very big. I used to wear this jacket all the time, but lately everything I try this on with, it just looks too big, but I do still love the jacket. Like I love the style of it. I love the collar here. I love the pockets. I love leather jackets. I think they're so cool. I feel like they elevate an outfit instantly. Like if you're going out and you have a really basic outfit on, if you throw on a leather jacket, you'll instantly look more cool, more dressed up. Whenever I'm on Pinterest, I always look at Hailey Bieber's style because she has an insane leather jacket collection. But like I said before, she always has on a super basic outfit, puts on an oversized leather jacket, and it instantly looks so cool and fashionable. So I definitely think a leather jacket is essential. I just need to get one that's a little bit more fitted and just fits me better in general. So let me know if you guys have one that you really love. So as far as jackets go, I think you would be set with those three. Like if you get a barn jacket, a leather jacket, and a denim jacket, I think those three are the ones you need. I wanted to show you these other two. They're both from Aritzia and I wear them quite often in the fall. So I love jackets. They were definitely more in style a few years ago, and I got rid of a lot of the ones that I had previously. This one I could never get rid of. It's so timeless. Whenever I'm in a rush getting ready and I'm about to walk out the door, I always forget to grab a jacket. I'll always come back and grab this one because it just looks good with everything, and it does really elevate an outfit. I think it's very classy, and it is still pretty warm. Like I think this is wool. Again, I like the length. A lot of longer jackets were in when I bought this, but same thing, those just don't look as flattering on me because I'm pretty small. And I love the color of this one. It's just a really nice neutral beige. So jackets aren't the biggest trend this fall, but I wanted to show you guys this one because I wear this all the time and it's definitely a staple in my wardrobe. And then another jacket, this one just screams fall to me, mostly because it's this really nice mocha brown color. I tend to have a lot of brown in my wardrobe and I think it's just fitting for fall. It goes with a lot of other autumnal colors, so love that. This one is corduroy and it's a little bit lighter. I usually wear this one in early fall, so kind of right now, September, early October. Once it gets near the end of October, around Halloween, that's when it can snow any day and it gets really cold where I live, so I can't really get away with wearing this any later than that, but I do love this one. Like I said, some of these I'm not gonna be able to find the exact links for probably because they are old, but I wanted to give you guys more inspiration versus go out and buy this exact item. It's more about how you style it and the category of the piece instead of the exact jacket itself. So anyway, love this one and I wear it a ton in the fall, so wanted to show you this as well. Alright, so the next staple item that everyone needs in their wardrobe for fall is a good t-shirt. Finding a t-shirt that fits you correctly is actually really difficult. I have two that I've been obsessed with for probably over a year, maybe even 2 years. I know these are really good t-shirts because every time I wear them, at least one girl stops me and asks me where I got the t-shirt, and they're very basic t-shirts, so that's how I know that they're good. And I wear them to work, I wear them casually. They're just so versatile and you definitely need them. So first one is from Aritzia. I'll do a try on clip for this so you guys can see how it sits, but it's just the perfect fitted t-shirt. It's the perfect length, especially if you have a shorter torso or you're just short in general. I hate when t-shirts go too long, and then also I hate when they're cropped and you can see my stomach. This is so flattering on the body. I feel like it makes you look so snatched, and the sleeves are the perfect length. The material's great. So if you need a new t-shirt, this one's so good. These look the same now that I'm holding up the other one that I wanted to show you guys, but they're both in navy, so maybe that's why. And I have both of these t-shirts in multiple colors and all my other colors are in the wash, so you're just gonna have to see this one in navy as well. This is from Abercrombie and I get it in a size extra small. It's double lined and this reminds me of Skims. This is definitely cheaper than all of the Skims t-shirts, so I would recommend this one instead. If you're a shorter girly, I love this length because it just hits at the perfect spot. You can wear this and high-rise jeans and you won't see your stomach, so I love that. This is just so flattering. Again, it really sucks you in. So comfortable too, and because it's double lined, you can wear like any bra, honestly. So I love this t-shirt as well. They definitely need more colors of this because I've tried to buy more, but they honestly just have really basic colors, but sometimes that's all you need. So those are my two favorite t-shirts. I wear them all year round, but if you're looking for a new one for fall, I would recommend one of those. All right, next let's talk about jeans. This is a really important category. I feel like everyone needs a good pair of jeans, especially for fall. Jeans are pretty much all I'm wearing. First pair I actually have on, these are the Levi wedgie straights. They just fit me perfectly. They're like a mid to high rise. They sit like right underneath my belly button, which is just perfect. Like if I try on jeans and they're covering my belly button, too high. Because I'm very short-waisted, I just know they're not gonna be comfortable if that's the case. Because whenever I sit and bend over, I know they're just gonna cut into my stomach. So that's kind of my rule of thumb of how I know if jeans are going to be comfortable or not when I'm sitting. I get a 25 waist and I believe these ones are a 28 length. So I'm 5'2" and those are a good length for me. I usually like to go 29 length for jeans, but in Levi's they usually just have even numbers for length, so you can usually get a 28, a 30, or a 32. So they do have different length options if you're taller than me. But these jeans are so good. I have them in 2 washes. I just bought them in Edmonton, so if you've watched my recent video, my clothing haul, you would have seen them in that video, but these are so good. So if you just need mid to high rise straight leg jeans and you're a little bit more on the petite side, I would really recommend these. And then the next pair I want to show you guys are low rise, which when low rise jeans first started resurfacing, I was not too excited about it. I was honestly quite scared because I feel like low rise jeans have a reputation to be really unflattering. However, you can find some good low rise jeans. So these ones I got in Edmonton as well. They're from Aritzia. These are from Denim Forum and they're the Tilda low rise straight. I also saw online that they have these in a curve fit. So their curve fit, I believe it's just a couple inches bigger in the thighs and waist. These I go to 23, which I'm not sure if that's just because these jeans fit a little bit bigger or just because they're low rise. And these ones are a 29 length. If you're on the shorter side, these ones will be really good. You won't have to hem them. I'll do a try on for these again so you guys can see them better, but these are just in a medium wash. I've been looking for low rise jeans forever, so super excited to start wearing these. So sticking with pants, I wanted to show you guys some trousers. These ones are really inexpensive and they fit so good. I bought these off of an Instagram ad actually, which I don't really do ever because I feel like I'm gonna get scammed. But they did have a really good video and the girl looked very petite. These are a wide leg trouser pant. I'll try and show you. So they do have a wider leg. They're also very high rise. They're so flattering, which is surprising because I can't really wear pants that have really wide legs. They tend to just kind of overwhelm me and it's just too much fabric. I can't carry it. For some reason, the fit of these is so good. As you can see, they do pleat a little bit here, but I have these in so many different colors. I have black, I have brown, I have a light beige color, I have them in white. So if you need a good pair of trouser pants, these are awesome. So the next item that I think every girl needs in their fall wardrobe is a cute black mini skirt. You guys would have seen this in my last haul. This is a skirt actually, so it's shorts in the back, skirt in the front. This is from Aritzia. It's from Sunday Best. This is more of a going out skirt. It's very short. You cannot wear this to work. This with tights and boots for fall would be so adorable. It just fits so good. It's a little bit lower rise. This is so versatile. You can wear this with so many different outfits, so I can't wait to style this for fall. If you need a new black mini skirt, this would be my top recommendation. I love this. And then I also recently got this one from Jerf Avenue, which I've tried on with a bunch of different outfits. I haven't worn it out yet, so I still have the tag on it. It's same thing, a black mini skirt. It has a slit right here. You'll be able to see better in the try on clip. This one is more of like a mid-rise and it is a little bit longer. It's still a short mini skirt. Like again, I wouldn't wear this to work. The two I've showed you are kind of on the pricier end, so I would also recommend Princess Polly. I used to have one from there that was really good. I just kind of outgrew it and it just didn't fit me right anymore, but I usually love Princess Polly too for mini skirts, so if you are in the market for a new one, I would try them as well. Next item that I think you need for fall is a really good hoodie. They're just the most cozy things. So I love sweaters, I love crew necks, but I will always be a sucker for a really good hoodie. And my tip with getting a good one is look in the men's section. They're more of a relaxed, oversized fit and they just look so much better. So as soon as I started doing that, I found so many better hoodies. This is the best hoodie ever and I'm convinced of that. It just has the best fit. How I figured out this was so good is I bought this for my boyfriend. One time we were out somewhere, I was cold, he gave me his hoodie and I was like, this is the best hoodie I've ever put on in my life. And then I went on the website after and I was like, I wonder if I order that in a smaller size, if it would fit me. So I did that and honestly, life-changing decision because this is the best hoodie. Once you buy this hoodie, you won't go back to anything else. This is from Abercrombie. It's from their Soft A&F Essentials collection. And I got this in a size small, but this is from their men's collection. The fit on this is just so good. It's the perfect bit of oversized, but you still don't look lost in it. Like I'm very small and this still fits me really good. It has fleece on the inside that's so warm and cozy. The sleeves are the perfect length. It hits your waist in the perfect spot and you can fold it over. I'm so passionate about this hoodie. If you can't tell, this is the best one I've ever tried. It's also very thick, so fall and winter, this will keep you really warm. If you live somewhere that's cold, you need this hoodie. Next, we could talk about sweaters. I don't really have a ton of sweaters that I'm obsessed with that I think you guys need. I honestly just have a bunch and I rotate between them. So I more want to talk about where I get sweaters from because I feel like that's more important for you guys. So the first obvious answer I feel like is thrifting. I feel like you can thrift really good sweaters. You just have to know what materials you want to look for. What I always find is you want to avoid sweaters that have a high concentration of wool in them. So I always look at the little tag and if it says more than 3 or 4% of wool, it's gonna be itchy. So I feel like that's my biggest requirement with sweaters, and that's sometimes why it's hard to order them online, is because sometimes they're just itchy and then I will never wear them. So for sweaters, I love Abercrombie. They have really good materials. I feel like their sweaters are always cozy, really soft. Every sweater I've got from Abercrombie I've ordered online. None of them have been itchy. Aritzia I love as well. Aritzia, you have to shop a little smarter though when it comes to sweaters because some of them will be itchy and their sweaters are really expensive, so you do kind of have to hunt a little bit to find one that's on sale but is made out of good materials. Where else do I shop for sweaters? Princess Polly, I have a lot from Princess Polly. They make really good cardigans, also really good turtlenecks. Same things, the materials they use are really good. I also love Ardennes or Ardennes. I'm not sure how you pronounce that store, but I think a couple years ago I got some sweaters from them and they were really inexpensive and they were so good. So if you are on more of a budget, I would check them. Gap is always good. I have a couple sweaters from Gap. Also Jerf Avenue, that's where this sweater I'm wearing is from. That is more of a splurge. Like I got a few things from them over the summer when she was having a big sale, and even then it was still more of a splurge for me. So I definitely understand if you can't really justify that, but she has such good materials. Her sweaters are so good because they're very high quality, but the materials are still lightweight. I'm trying to think of any other stores that I get sweaters from. Honestly, just Winners too. If you have a Winners or Marshalls by you, you can find some good stuff there. I'll maybe do some try on clips showing you guys my favorite ones that I have, just so you guys can get some inspo of the kind of sweaters I like for fall. But yeah, I would check out those stores if you're looking for a new staple fall sweater. The next category we're going to do is shoes. Shoes is something else that is kind of a weakness for me. I try to not go too crazy with shoes, but I have a ton on my wish list this year, but I also have some new ones that I bought over the summer, so we're kind of on a no buy for shoes. I'm going to show you guys the ones that I currently have that I'm loving. So the first shoes that I think you need for fall are Sambas. I love Sambas. I have a black pair of Sambas. They're downstairs right now and they're kind of dirty, so I'm not going to show them, but I can do some clips of them. I mean, you guys know what black Sambas look like, but in the white or black, I feel like you can't go wrong. Every time I wear Sambas too, people compliment me, which I think is funny because I feel like they're such a basic shoe now, but Sambas I feel like are definitely the most trendy shoe that are really practical and versatile. So if you don't have a pair of Sambas, I really would recommend it. I feel like the type of shoes that are trendy for fall are really low shoes. How I think of it is if they kind of borderline look like bowling shoes, they're probably trendy, and I actually really love it because I hate chunky shoes. Like before I was wearing Sambas, I was wearing New Balance 550s, which I still love. Those are great shoes. New Balances are so comfortable, so if you have those, I would say still wear them. I still wear mine. I love them. But I like Sambas because they're just very low. Like they don't take up a lot of room and they just look good with everything. They look really good with jeans. They look cute with skirts. Like I can kind of wear Sambas with everything. So that would be my top recommendation, is just get a pair of Sambas. They are pretty reasonably priced, really good street style shoe. You can wear them every day. I have a wider foot and I feel like they're still comfortable. I'll show you guys some other pairs that I have that I'm really excited to wear. So a trend that I was seeing all summer was boat shoes or loafers. I'm not entirely sure what you call these. I think you call them boat shoes, but I'm really excited to try and style these. I got these from Aritzia. They're from the brand Sperry. They're brown leather. I don't like loafers that don't have a back, like when they're just kind of open in the back like a sandal. I think those are kind of ugly if I'm gonna be completely honest. So when I saw these, I was like, this style I actually really love. And these with like short socks, so cute. And I would normally get these in black, but when I saw the brown, I thought they were so different and would be good for fall. So I'm really excited to start wearing these. My boyfriend saw these though, and he was like, those are so ugly. Which is funny. I feel like sometimes straight guys just don't get fashion. There's a lot of things in my wardrobe that I try on for him when I buy them, and I get so excited about a new piece, and he's like, as long as you're happy, babes. Like, I don't know about those. Because I was trying to wear these when we were going out somewhere and they weren't going with the outfit I was putting on, and he was like, well, I think it's just the shoes, you got to get rid of those shoes. And I was like, we're not getting rid of them, I just bought them. But I definitely have to figure out how to style these, but I am really excited to do so. I love them. Next are some shoes from H&M. You guys would have seen this if you watched my clothing haul. They are very similar to Sambas, just kind of like a lower shoe. The shoes are suede, and then this little bit on the back that folds over is leather. So I loved the different materials. I loved the brown color. Again, mocha brown is my favorite. And then something fun that I did was the boat shoes that I showed you. They came with these different laces. I didn't want to put these laces in the boat shoes because I did just kind of like the laces that they came with. I thought just the brown vibe was better. And when I was scrolling Pinterest, I saw so many girls wearing shoes that had really funky laces, which from what I've seen online, that's a trend for fall. So I swapped out the brown laces for these really colorful ones. So let me know if you guys think this is cool. The green might be too much, but I also kind of like the mismatch vibe. I'll try this on with a couple outfits and see if I want to go ahead with it. But these shoes are from H&M and I think they're really cute. And then I wanted to show these shoes because I think they're really cute, but these are Doc Martens. These are Mary Jane's. I bought these a few years ago and I've worn them a few times, more just for like an Instagram photo if I'm gonna be honest. But I do really love these. These with little white socks and a skirt, so adorable. They have little buckles here. They have a little bit of a platform, which I love. Whenever I wear these, I always get compliments on them, which is fun. But I wanted to show these two to give you guys some inspo. I love these type of shoes. Again, these are shoes that straight boys think are ugly, but the girls will get. And then last pair of shoes that I think are a fall staple are Birkenstock clogs. I love my clogs. A lot of the girls I work with, we wear them to work, which I don't know how professional that is, but I think they're really cute. I love Birkenstock clogs because you don't have to break them in also. When I bought their sandals, I think just like their basic Arizona sandals, they took me months to break in before they were comfortable. Their clogs are comfortable immediately. At least they were for me. They come in two widths, I guess. There's a narrow and a wide. The wide are for men, I swear to God. Because when I first ordered them, I ordered the wide wide because I have a wider foot, and they were huge. So if you're a girl, just make sure you're getting the narrow fit. I wear them all throughout the summer and then into fall before it snows. So I love clogs as well. If you're thinking of buying those, I definitely think they're worth the money. Alright, next we're going to move on to some accessories that I like to pull out for fall. Good tights are really hard to find. They're from the brand Sheertex. You will be able to see your skin a little bit, but not too much. They're not super thick, so you're not going to sweat in these, but you cannot rip this material. Like if you have nails, they will not rip. They are very high rise, like most tights are. The bottoms where your feet are a little bit thicker, which I appreciate too. These ones can seem expensive for tights, but you're paying for the quality, and I promise it's worth it. You'll have these for years. If you need new tights, these are the best ones. Next, I wanted to talk purses. I am not really a purse girly. It's just something that I forget about, if I'm going to be honest, and I have really expensive taste, so any purse that I see online that I'm in love with tends to be a designer purse. One day we'll get there, but I'm not there yet. So I love these little shoulder bags from Aritzia. I bought these maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I love them because they fit on your shoulder perfectly. They're just like the best size because you can still get a decent amount of stuff in here, but they're not too big and they're not inconvenient to carry around. Like it's easy to have on your shoulder. So I pull these out every fall. I also have a white one that I use in the summer. This is kind of just my purse all the time. Purses is not somewhere where I spend my money, so I've had these for years, and these will be the ones that I'll be continuing to use. You just need a good shoulder bag. Then I have my glasses. I'm supposed to wear these when I'm driving, only at night. That's when I need them. My boyfriend tells me I should wear them all the time, but he doesn't really know what it's like to not have 20/20 vision because he's one of the lucky ones. I also don't have contacts because my eyes are not bad enough to get contacts. At least that's what my optometrist says. Like my prescription is very low. I think I'm like 0.75 in one eye and maybe -1 in the other. So I used to have to wear these when I was at school because I'm nearsighted, which means that I can't see far away. So if I was sitting in a classroom, I could never read the board without these. So I bring these to school and I have them in my tote bag or my purse always because if I'm ever driving at night, I do need them. But I think glasses are so cute and I think they look better with fall outfits, but I don't wear them all the time because I think they're kind of a pain. Anyway, if you have glasses, I feel like you should wear them for fall. So when I was in Edmonton seeing Tate McRae, I brought these really cute frilly socks that I had because I had a vision in my head of wearing them with my black Sambas, and I was so excited because it looked just as cute in person. So that doesn't always happen. I'm quite excited when it does. But anyway, I got these on Amazon. They're so cute. They're just white crew socks and they have this really cute frilly detail on the tops of them. If you wear these with like the Mary Janes I showed, boat shoes, cute low-rise sneakers, they do just add like a little bit of something to an outfit, and I think they're just so darling. So I would recommend getting these. They're also really inexpensive. Like I think I got 8 or 10 pairs for like $15 on Amazon. So definitely not an investment and just something cute to spice up an outfit. I like little details like this, and I feel like these are just so dainty and feminine. So love these. And then another accessory that I ordered that hasn't come in yet is actually a gold watch. I ordered it from Anthropologie and it was this really dainty gold chain watch. I'll insert a picture of the one I ordered. Honestly, why I want a watch is because when I've been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, I have this weird attachment to the watch that Conrad's been wearing. I don't know, you guys can let me know if I'm not crazy, but there's this one scene where he washes his hands at the beach house and he takes off his watch. Something about it was just so hot and I kind of forgot watches existed until I saw that scene. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of want a watch. And I feel like in my head, a gold watch is just so sophisticated, so mature. It's gonna elevate a lot of my outfits. So I can't wait for that to come. All right, everyone, it's getting serious. I brought my iPad out, which I had a ton of notes for this video so I would stay on track and not ramble too much. But I mean, if you are looking for a girl that gets to the point immediately, you're definitely on the wrong channel. So just keep that in mind. I will be rambling always, pretty much in every video. But anyway, I'm gonna go through my fall wish list now. So these are all the items that I have my eye on. This will give you guys a little look into my brain and also my Pinterest boards. So first thing I really want is I saw these pants on Uniqlo. I think they're called the Linen Blend Easy Trousers. I'll insert clips of everything I'm mentioning so you guys know what I'm talking about. But I really wanted some pants for fall that weren't jeans or trousers because that's kind of all I have. Like I showed you guys earlier, I'm always just wearing jeans, or if I'm going to work, I wear trousers. And I don't really have any pants for every day that are something different. Like I wanted something that's more casual and more relaxed fitting. I'm not sure if those would be the exact ones that I would buy, but I really like those ones and I saw them on a more petite girl and they really suited her, and she just had them on with a t-shirt and I thought it was super cute. So I do want a pair of pants like that. And then similar to that, a really big trend that I've been seeing is track pants. It took me a little bit to get on board with that trend because it did remind me of playing sports when I was a kid and we'd get our track suits. stripes, but I still think those are super cute, especially navy. If I were to get a pair, I think I would get a pair that are navy with white stripes. I don't really know where I'd wear them, so I probably won't buy those, but I do think they're really cute. Do you want a leather brown shoulder bag? I'm not really sure which brand I would go to. Again, purses aren't really my thing, but I do want like a good quality one, so that's on my wish list. Next, we'll talk about shoes. I have lots of shoes that are on my list. I won't buy any of these because like I showed you guys, I have lots of shoes that I haven't worn yet. I do want a red pair of Sambas, but I know I just won't buy these because anytime I've bought colorful shoes in the past, I just never wear them. I feel like the red Sambas I could style somehow. Maybe that's just me lying to myself and being a little delusional, but I feel like I could get weird of them. So I do want those, but I have black Sambas, so I probably won't buy them. I don't know if they're called Adidas Tokyo's or Adidas Japan's. I don't know the exact name for them. They look like bowling shoes, but they don't have laces. I think these are so cool. Some people are not gonna like them. I feel like some people would think they're ugly or like a little bit weird, but I think they're so high fashion and I've seen them styled on Pinterest and I think they're so cute. And I actually did try on a pair in Edmonton. They just didn't fit me right. They didn't have the right size, but I do really want a pair of those. And if I could find a pair here, I would maybe get those. Those are like top of my list. I think those shoes are so cool. And I feel like those are the kind of shoes that people wouldn't have because some people would not like them, but I think I could wear those and pull them off. So I really want a pair of those. And then these shoes I saw on Instagram and I think they're so cool. I'll show you guys pictures of these shoes because I'm not gonna be able to pronounce the brand name. I do really love those. If you can get your hands on those shoes, I think they're so cool. And then next I also saw these shoes on Instagram. They are by the car manufacturing brand Jeep, which I just think is funny. Like I think that's iconic. I love the detailing on them. They kind of remind me of New Balances, but they're like a lower style shoe and they have really funky laces, really cool colors. I saw these ones in particular that were green and brown, so cool. And then I really love clogs like I mentioned earlier, but Birkenstock has a new type of shoe that are called Naples. I think those are really cool as well. I won't buy them because I already have clogs and I think those are good, but if you don't have clogs and you're in the market for a shoe similar to clogs, I would maybe look at the Naples as well. They kind of remind me a little bit of like a loafer or a boat shoe, so I think you could kind of be hitting all the trends if you got those. Also, we can talk about Uggs. Every year I say I'm gonna buy a pair of mini Uggs. I never do though. I don't know why. I think they're just too nostalgic for me and I just can't get behind it anymore. They do go with a ton of outfits. They're super cozy. The only thing is they're just not very practical for where I live. They'll get destroyed. They'll get wet. They'll get dirty. Uggs also have zero traction. Like the amount of times that I've been walking to school and almost done a lip stand in a pair of Uggs, countless. They are not good for grip. And then when I was talking about black mini skirts and I showed that Aritzia skirt, I really want that in more colors. They have that online in a lot of plaid prints, which I think would be so cute with a chunky oversized sweater. That's an item on this wish list that I think is a little bit realistic and I might order that. If I wear the black one a few more times, then I'll maybe be able to justify it. And then last three things on the wish list are some jackets. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm in the market for a new leather jacket. I saw this video on Instagram of this girl styling this one from Zara and it was actually a kid's jacket, which sounds weird, but when I looked online on Zara, I was like, you know what? I have a feeling that would fit me. But it's very, very similar to the one I showed from Motel Rocks. I think it would honestly just be that jacket, but a little bit more fitted, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I might order that. I think it was around $60. And then there's two jackets from Aritzia that I have my eye on. One is just like a navy blossom jacket. I think that's what you call them, but I love that one and I tried it on in store and it fit me perfectly. It kind of looks like a men's jacket. Like it looks like a jacket that Carhartt would come out with, and I loved the navy color. And then there's also a barn jacket on Aritzia that I think is so beautiful. It's in a mocha brown. I do really want that one as well, but I have the Uniqlo one, which I feel like I should get more wear out of before I buy another one. So we'll see, but those are the jackets on my wish list. And I think that's everything. If you guys are looking for some new items for fall, those are the things that I want to buy. Lastly, I wanted to talk about all the trends that I've been seeing in for fall, potentially ones that I would hop onto. I'm always someone where if I see a trend and I don't think it's cool, I just won't follow it. I feel like lots of trends are also just things that were in style years ago that come back, which I think is really cool. I always find it so funny when I'm talking with my mom or my grandma and they're like, I used to wear that when I was a teenager. I used to wear that when I was in my 20s. Like, I think that's so fun. So the first one is capes. I feel like this started with the neck scarves. I've been seeing so many bridesmaids at weddings wear neck scarves with strapless dresses. So elegant, so classy. I love this trend. I think it's so beautiful. Also, kind of piggybacking off of that, I've been seeing ponchos, which are very similar. They give that cape vibe. I love anything drapey. I just think it's so elegant. Next, I talked about this earlier, but barn jackets. I feel like barn jackets and trench jackets are the two jackets that are really in for fall. Trench jackets are always in. I mean, I feel like that's just a fall staple, but I feel like barn barn jackets are the it girl jacket, so I would definitely say you need a barn jacket for fall. Rugby shirts are also really trendy. If you don't know what those are, they're essentially just a long sleeve shirt, very thick, blocky, horizontal stripes, and then a collar. I do think these are cool. They're very preppy, which I don't know how I feel about that. I used to dress so preppy, and sometimes I look back and it makes me cringe, but I saw Tate McRae wearing a rugby shirt and it looked really cool on her. And then this one is kind of funny, but I've been seeing barrel jeans. That was a trend that I was not interested in at all. And then I saw a video of a girl who was very petite wearing barrel jeans, and they looked so cool on her. So I probably won't buy any more jeans, but I do think those are really cool and kind of a funky trend. Definitely something that I think is resurfacing that probably used to be trendy years ago. Low-rise jeans, super trendy. I already talked about that. Same thing with track pants. That's on my list. I think those are really cool. Kind of similar to track pants, I've been seeing a lot of just funky pants. I don't know how else to describe that, but essentially just loose, relaxed, almost flowy pants. Anytime it's like a really unique pattern or plaid, which I mean, plaid for fall, groundbreaking, I know. Hopefully you guys get that Devil Wears Prada reference, but anyway, plaid is always in for fall, but I think plaid pants are really cute. I've been seeing so many of those. I feel like I get fed a lot of that content when I see girls from Copenhagen and their style. They wear so much color, which I think is so fun, and I feel like sometimes it can be hard to wear a lot of color and have it look really stylish, but I feel like the girls from Copenhagen just do it differently, so they're always just masters at pairing different patterns and colors together, and it always looks so cool. That's definitely a style for fall. Love it. Also, high boots with socks. Very high boots also, almost like a riding boot. Like they give me equestrian vibes. This is a trend that I think is really cool. I just know that I can't pull it off. Like I said, I'm very short, and I feel like this is more for the tall girlies, especially if you pair it with tights, a black mini skirt, and like a really chunky knit sweater. That would be so cute. And then I have a lot of shoes on this list that I've kind of already talked about. Like I have boat shoes, kind of like loafer style. Those are really trendy. Also just anything that looks like a bowling shoe in solid colors. Lots of black, lots of brown, red even, or burgundy. I haven't been seeing a lot of white or beige shoes for fall. Ballet flats have been trendy for a really long time. This one took me a long time to get on board with. They've finally grown on me, and they do look cute with like really low rise baggy jeans. That's probably how I would wear them. And then I have jorts. Jorts I again don't really know about. I think they look cool on some girls. It's like the kind of trend that I just don't think would suit me. I feel like they're just not really my style, so I would probably struggle to make those look cool on myself, but whenever I see them on other girls, I'm always like, slay. So I do think those are a cool trend, just not really on me. And then I have gingham and plaid. Always, I love gingham. Gingham and polka dots are like my two favorite prints, so I love those all year round. Plaid obviously is always in for fall. And then I have long skirts, and by a long skirt I mean it's like grazing your ankle bone, but not maxi. That's key. It can't be touching the ground, but it also can't be midi either. It has to be like in between those for length. How I was talking about all the Copenhagen style that I see on Pinterest, I see a lot of those girls wearing long skirts, usually with sneakers and like a scrunchy sock. So I love that trend as well. And then I've seen a lot of belts. I feel like belts always resurface for fall. Very chunky belts, and usually just in basic colors like brown or black, and not how you would normally think to style them. Like I do see them just on jeans, but I've seen a lot of girls wear them very low on their hips, kind of with like a flowy skirt, which I love the like juxtaposition of a really feminine flowy skirt with like a really masculine chunky belt. I think the contrast between those two is really cool, so I've seen a lot of outfits with that. And then the last item I have on here doesn't really have to do with clothes or fashion, but I've been seeing a lot of girls have short nails, which I just love. I'm so happy that that's finally a trend. At least I think it is. I have not seen girls with long nails anymore. I feel like they're kind of out. I love short nails, and that will forever be the vibe. But anyway, that's the last thing I had on my list for trends. That's everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. I just yapped for so long, so hopefully you guys found that helpful. I feel like sometimes I dread fall just because I know winter's coming and it's gonna get dark earlier, which is never my favorite, but I feel like finding the positives in it always helps, and fall fashion is something that I always get excited for. Let me know what you want to see from me next. I'm trying to film more videos and post more on YouTube, so that's been really fun. Thanks so much for watching. If you stayed until the end, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!